All right, this is Bonsai Anonymous. This is Hibiscus Ramblings number 2. Okay, I have cut the end off this right here, which is like that tall, and I did it because I know that I'm going to have to do it sooner or later, because it's just not. This can't be dropped on the ground too many times. It rolls, you know, it rolls. Just to repeat, I think it's a pretty good idea to put your tools away every time you're done using them. I don't seem to be able to do that, but I'm working on it. Okay, so now this is going to be the leader. That means you have to go down. It's going to be a tough one, but I might have the wire to do it here. Let's try. Seems to be that some days I just seem to break things more, and I'm sure that has to do with my state of mind and all that crap. I'm a left-winger, but some of the left-wing stuff is crap. I mean, just like the right-wing stuff. This will not become a political channel. I'm done with that. Okay, so what am I doing right now off camera? I'm taking this old wire and straightening it. Now, some of you are saying, and hopefully most of you, all 3 of you, are saying, you're just going to bend it again in a minute, so what are you doing? True. But this way, it's always, the new wire right off the roll is always the best. I don't know why. I read someplace that after it's bent once, it doesn't bend as easy or something, and because of the annealing. That's my total knowledge about wire. But I'm a retiree, fortunately from a high-income profession, teaching, so that's a joke. So I do have a somewhat of a desire to save money. And my wife's off camera, so you can't hear her laughing. She says you might have one, but you could use a little stronger one. I will say that since I've stopped driving, and you're welcome, by the way, since I've stopped driving, some of my purchases have been less. Some of the things I used to buy were for my car, and I don't have a car anymore, so I don't have to worry about it. Anyway, no more politics in this. No more politics in this channel. See, there's not going to be any. All right. So are we moving? Oddly enough, we're still moving even after all that. Okay. Sooner or later, what I'm going to do with that, I believe, is put some of my new aquarium gravel in on the top to make it look good. And then this, of course, glows in a black light. I'm telling you that because I don't actually have a black light. All right, so what are we doing with this? We're just moving it like that. Okay. So how are we going to do that? Well, I don't know if that's long enough. Well, that is the way I want it to go, the way it's going. So let's try to kind of double wire it at the bottom. And then I know that may not make may not make any kind of anchor. Okay, so let me just show you. This wire is making up for the fact that I didn't realize I needed this one to be longer on that side. This one only ends here. It's not going to do what I want it to do. Not that this one will. But first of all, I have to decide what I want it to do. And I want it to come this way, like that, and then All right, now you need to go back where you were, back over here. Okay. Okay. Now, I don't know how. I don't really know what I'm doing with this one. Can you tell? And then someone's saying, well, how will I know when you do know what you're doing? Well, so far it hasn't happened. I'll try to give you a clue when it happens. This is going to be the new leader, but it needs to have some shape to it. I think maybe that's what I wanted. Make it more in the middle. Okay. And I'm smelling that. I'm smelling that barbecue. I don't know which direction it is. Could be either one. Got young guys on either side, and so it could be both actually. And I don't know if we'll be able to tell if they know how to barbecue it or deep fry turkey. Maybe the camera will be running when someone starts to scream. I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. I hope it's not running, and I hope no one starts to scream. Okay. So this. We want it to go this way and then back like that. That's how we want it. Now I think we can get it to go. Let's see if I can find a decent long. No, that's not going to do it. Now, and I seem to be burning through this wire quite quickly. And does that concern me? No, not really, because it means I'm doing something. I'm actually working on something. There goes a no. Using kitchen shears to chop wire because you're too lazy to get the ones out that are right there on the ground beside you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this one, let's see here. I'll go this way, so we want that wire to go around this way. We're going to anchor you down here like this. That's just a spot where I clip one off. It's not bad. This is the same thing up here. It's not where I broke it yet. Now that makes me think of something. Are these spots where it's what's the word? Cut pasted? Are they weaker than the rest of the tree because there was a branch there that's no longer? I don't know. Okay, so put the wire away, what little is left of it. They sell on eBay. eBay is my go-to. There's hardly anything you can see in front of you here that wasn't bought on eBay. Very little that hasn't been. And you know, they bring it right to your house when you order it. I just think it's such a great idea. I wish I would have come up with it. I'm thinking about making one called F-Bay. F-Bay. That's, I don't know. The F word's in it somehow. That's probably not a good idea. So I won't do that. But it would be funny. An auction program for adult material, or an auction site for adult materials, F-Bay. I'm putting that in my blog today. What do you think, Joe? Joe likes it. The thing about my Joe cup is it's a cup of Joe, and it's a cup with Joe on it, if that makes any sense to you. Okay, so let's look at this. It's anchored here. So what do I want? I want it to come back forward here this way. And then here, and keep going down. Okay, I think I'm going to stop before I get any farther with that one. This one, okay, sooner or later I'm going to put some of this gravel on here, a little layer of it, not much, just to make it look a little better. And is that the best choice for color? Maybe not. I don't have that many colors. I find that aquarium gravel, which is his, I like it. It's heavy. It's heavier than this stuff by far, and so it adds a little weight to it. A lot of my bonsai I try to put in really small pots, and that means they fall over. This probably will fall over if I stop cutting it back, but I'm going to keep cutting it back. I just have a feeling this one's going to go. So let's bite the bullet take him right here. Now, I'll tell you one more thing. I'm going to cut at an angle. See that angle? And the branch is definitely alive. It's green in the middle. The angle, is what I've been told, is I need a little more of this. It does dry fast. I don't know if that's a plus or a minus, but it's what happens. Okay. Okay, so the thing at the angle that I just did, what I've been told is that it makes it a little, it seems to come up with new branches, the direction you want them to go if you do this. Now, the problem with my using it is I don't know which direction this angle will produce. What I really want is it to go this way. Will that make that happen? Who knows, probably the opposite. Okay, so I think we're just about to where I can do that. Let me look at this for a second. They say, now this one, it's not going to get to stay. This one is. This one isn't. This one is. Why? Well, there's a couple reasons. This is at a bend, which I have produced. You know, and I didn't produce a bend that goes that way for that one. I don't think it's possible with what I want. So that one is going to go. It's also on the front. Okay? It's also on the front. This one, I'm going to take that one off and let that one go. Now that I've put the blood meal in, I'm going to get rid of you. They say to get rid of dead or dying leaves, and I do that mostly. There's one that's going down, and it's also dying. Okay, what else here? Now, I like the flowers, and so I think a lot of the sites tell you to clip this off before there's flowers or seeds, and that makes this more of a tree. I don't remember why, but I haven't clipped them off. I usually clip them off after the flowers die, and so far I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so this is the new leader, and it wasn't before. It was not the new leader. It wasn't the leader before, and I can't tell you what was, but maybe here. So it's in the center. It's the tallest. This one can go down a little more. I'm going to break that one if I keep it up, so I'm not going to do that anymore, even though I want to. Okay, so let's make our little tag. We have a lot of tags over here. Find one that's used and use it again. Yeah, that one's used. It's just got cleaned. Just for some reason, I don't know why. Hibiscus. Boy, not hibiscus. When I was in 6th grade, it came in second. Was it second? Second or 6th? Probably 6th, because I improved my position over time, but I think I came in 6th when I was in 6th grade in the Alaska spelling bee. And why do I remember that? Well, I remember odd things. Hibiscus wired prune 11/23/23. Go back in there. I wrote this hibiscus without a C, which reminds me of how bad my spelling can be, and I like to make fun of people whose spelling isn't good. So how's that? That's not a great thing. Okay, so while I'm talking, all this is drying out. That's all right. If it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. Now, let's put our little decoration on the top. Now, I'm going to use, once again, my trusty scoop. If I use it in my hand here, I can. I definitely can. But I prefer not to, because it makes little clumps. So this is better. Now, I don't know what a Korean gravel is made of. I did a search on it, And let's just say the results were inconclusive. They say it's gravel. Yeah, now this isn't gravel. I'm sorry to tell you, it's not gravel. It's heavier than gravel. It's almost like hematite. I don't think it's that, but it's almost. Now this color is great because it's not too far from the color of the dirt. So if I miss a spot, it's not going to be noticed. I mean, that's for sure. I don't know if you can see that my hand is shaking, but in this situation, that doesn't hurt anything because it's going to have to shake to get rid of this stuff that I'm putting on here. Okay, I'm going to have to turn it around because I'm missing spots. Now that I'm doing this, I'm noticing there's one thing I'm kind of ignoring. And it's too late now, I can't pick this stuff up. But it's the color of the flowers. This hibiscus has yellowish flowers, I think. And if it does, I think it'll fit quite well with this this stuff I'm putting on it. Can you see that I've put almost none of it on? It's very thin. It's like the thinnest cake frosting you ever saw. I just really like this stuff. And it's like frosting a cake for me. I find the spots I didn't frost very well and put more frosting on. So my cake frosting leaves a little bit to be desired. All right, so it's almost enough. Just a few more spots. Okay. Now, I think that, let's see here. I think that is an improvement. And I'll turn it around here. I think that's an improvement, and I think it only took me about 45 minutes to do this plant. So now we have to water it and put it back out and see what happens. I'm not going to do too much to it. I didn't repot it. I just took stuff off the top and all this off the top so we can see the trunk. It looks a lot more like a bonsai plant with this situation, a lot more. And as I pat it, I find more spots that I can put more in. And you know that as soon as I water it, this is all gonna, well, it may not move. It doesn't move too much, this stuff. It's kind of heavy. That's another reason why I like it. You can water, it holds the dirt in place while you water. Bonsai soil, the stuff I make anyway, is much lighter than this. And so it moves when you put water on it. Now, do I want this to be any different than it is? No, not really. But I am going to put my rocks back in. Because I got my rocks off, now I'm going to put them back. How's that for a joke? All right, so the placement of the rocks, I think it's important. So I'm going to put some red ones up here. I'm going to put the lava one in back because he's a little bit gross. All right, and you go there. It's like a little border. I'm putting a little border in. That's kind of gross, I think, really. But anyway, it's done. Okay. Kind of almost like it better without the border. This poor little rock on the side is lonely. That's okay. Loneliness is part of the deal here. Do I have any more rocks? Sure, I have plenty of rocks. Yeah, I don't want that. Let's see here. Any more? Okay. Okay, so there you got an example of me not being able to hang on to something while I'm not thinking about it. Okay, so this is a beautiful rock. I just have to think of a way to use it. And I think he's going to just sit right there. All right, so I like things that aren't perfect. That's one thing I like. I like things that are asymmetrical. This is asymmetrical. It may not be that asymmetrical when these grow out, or they may die. You know, I don't know. And that's going to have to go down, but it's going to break for sure. It's very, very brittle. In fact, I'm amazed I didn't break this more than I did. Okay, so that's that. In the next video, I'm going to pot up, let's get this off of here. I'm going to pot up all these remnants, you might say, remnants of this pot that came out of this pot. Okay, so maybe I'll just let you look at this a little closer before I sign off. Okay, there's the end that's broken. It's not broken, I cut it off. And this is the side that I am, I want that to go up, not straight up. There we go, that's better. You don't want it to slant over that way very much. And it's bending more than I need it to. All right. Okay, now I'm gonna, and I did what I always do. I set the phone down while it's running. So we have all these dead spots. But hopefully the next time you see this tree, it'll have nice new leaves and be filling out a little bit in here. And there won't be anything in the trunk because I'm going to get rid of you at some point, but I'm letting you grow out for a while. That is a sucker. Okay, I'm calling it a sucker even though it's coming off the tree. Right, and I don't actually know the definition of a sucker other than I've been called one, and that is a good thing to end on. Bonsai Anonymous and the anonymous unknown scat singer. Doobie doobie doo. Bye.